Hey everybody, I want to do this video while I still have these wheels on loan. My SLR 0 rear wheel is currently being trued. I have with me right now the deeper SLR 1 wheel, and the front is still the SLR 0, so I can compare these two. Also, I'm going to talk about the new Cadex line very briefly. I had a chance to test ride them yesterday. So getting into it really quickly, the difference between the 0, 1, 2, and 3 is the same thing about the giant bikes. The lower the number you get, the higher quality component. Looking at the rear hub, you'll notice this shiny gloss finish. This is actually a heavier hub. I don't know exactly what's in the 1. I know for a fact the 0 uses DT Swiss 240 hubs, and they're just rebranded with Giant branding. I mentioned that in the previous video. I contacted Giant, they confirmed that to me. The SLR 1 I have here is practically brand new, has all the typical badging, and has the Gavia tires on them. So what you're looking at is how the SLR ones come from the shop. Like I said, I have these on loan. They're not mine. Mine are the 42 millimeter SLR zeros right here. Now, as you go lower in the numbers, you also get a little weight advantage. The wheels themselves get lighter, and they use the higher quality hubs. That's the only difference as you go up in numbers. So as I stated before, for a fact, the SLR zeros are using DT Swiss 240 hubs, and I can't tell you what's inside here, but what I can tell you is now they have something that is higher than the SLR zeros. They are the new Cadex wheels. The Cadex wheels are interesting because even though these SLR zeros are 42 millimeter, the 65 millimeter Cadex wheels are 100 grams lighter as a pair. So the 65 millimeter Cadex wheels are lighter than the top end SLR wheels. Now, I don't know if they're going to put those on giant bikes for next year, but what I can tell you for a fact is you can buy those wheels in store right now. I went to the shop. Hopefully I can get you a video next time. The Cadex wheels are very responsive. The carbon layup is very beautiful, but the difference is these wheels are much less expensive. It's about $1,000 and for the front wheel, and about $1,250 for the rear wheel for the SLR zeros, and then the Cadex wheels are $3,000 as a pair. So there's a huge price jump. But of course you're gaining a little more performance. Now, do I notice a big difference between the SLR 1s and the SLR zeros? No, not really. The advantage between the 1 and the 0 is so small that most of what you're going to gain is hard for the rider to tell, and it's easier to test inside of a shop, inside a closed setting. Out on the road, it's going to be more of a rider themselves. Now, what I like to do personally is, and a lot of riders also like to do, is just try to save grams anywhere you can and keep the bike close to the minimum weight standards so you don't have a weight disadvantage. Aerodynamic profile is pretty nice. These have the more modern designs, which I prefer this aerodynamic profile over the lightweight tires. So, looking forward, the Cadex wheels are probably going to become more popular in the bespoke community compared to the lightweight wheels, just because the weights are so similar, yet the lightweight wheels have a V profile, whereas the Cadex wheels have this modern design. I believe Giant has done a great job with their tires, and hopefully one of the next videos I can get you will be looking over the Cadex wheels. As towards the 1 and the 0, that concludes today's video. Thank you for watching.